Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you today that your child is spoilt. Your child is spoilt. How did that make you feel? Defensive, Abby? Like, no. How dare she say your child is spoilt? My child is spoilt. All our children are spoilt. But each person spoils their child in a different way. Probably based off of childhood traumas and the things that we have sworn never to be victims of. I'll give an example. And I'll use myself and a friend of mine as an example as well. So I remember one day we were talking about the things that our parents, used to let us do that other people used to view as spoiled as children. When I was growing up, my dad allowed me to express myself freely. Well, there must have been a variety of factors for that. I was also a lot as a child, I know. A lot of adults thought that it was a bad thing to allow a child to express themselves, but my father tried to balance being respectful versus being able to express yourself and not allowing anybody to repress you. While we're growing up, that was viewed as being spoiled. I'm sure that now my mom often says that off point, but my mom often says that my dad was ahead of his peers in terms of parenting, and I'm glad to have been a beneficiary of that. Another of my friends and I were gisting one day, and she was like, when they were younger, their mom used to let them go into the pot and take as much meat as they wanted, and she didn't think that it was a bad thing. She grew up in Nigeria. You already know where I'm going with this conversation. Most parents view that as being spoiled, right? They're like, oh, how can you? That's indiscipline. That's blah, blah, blah. But for their mom, for whatever reason, probably from trauma or whatever, or what she felt like was her kids having access to whatever they wanted in terms of food, that was a thing in their house. In the same way, as parents, there are things that we let our children have or we let our children get away with that other parents say, and they're like, no. I personally try to let my children be able to express themselves freely and all. Sometimes when they're talking to me and we're having a back and forth conversation about something, I see other people look at them funny or cringe or be like, don't talk to your like that. I am enjoying the conversation because the back and forth, I like it. I like stressing their brains to think, to reason, to give excuses, like to be able to explain their way out of a situation. I feel like it's a life skill that everybody needs to learn. And I'm going to end this video by saying that the bestest parents that don't spoil children, that are perfect in every situation and know what to do every time and do it for sure, are the parents that don't have children, or parents that never found themselves in a situation. So often when I'm talking about an experience and it is something that a lot of people do, or a lot of people have talked about happen, and somebody is arguing with me, and I know that they've never been in that situation or that experience, I know I'm going to do it separately, I'm different. I don't argue. I just leave it because I'm just like, we're going to see. Or we may never see because they may never find themselves in that situation. But yeah, so your child is spoiled, my child is spoiled, all our children are spoiled. It's just a matter of how spoiled each person is. Okay, thank you guys for listening. Ciao.